All right, folks, welcome on back here this Monday afternoon, shortly after 2:30 p.m. Great to see our students rejoining us back right here. Tim, Chuck, Andrea, Brian, Gulia, I see here. I see Russell, Roberto, Brian, Guy, Lawrence, Roseanne. All of our students are just rejoining us back right now. And then otherwise, if you're on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc., we got to keep the mouth recharged here this afternoon. Doing one more class this afternoon to wrap things up here for at least today, not just the phase one class just yet. How about this? Before I even go into the usual things here for the afternoon, let me just show this here once again. If you're not a student yet inside our live trading room, if you're just a member, this is our full course schedule. This is our entire cycle of classes that we go through essentially quarterly. You go from January into March, April into June, July into September, obviously where we are right now. So going into this afternoon's class, we're going to continue along with lesson number 10, Introduction to Level 3. So pretty much everything that you see on the right side of my screen here, not my position manager, just on the right side here, just looking in blue and red right there at least, that's level 3. That's my version of level 3, at least on my platform. So we're going to go over everything that you need to know from A to Z in relation to the ECN book in relation to level 3 right there. But listen, even if you're not a student or member here, if you're just on social media, I'll flash that course schedule again for you. Just if you're interested in learning more about what we offer, there you go. Don't need to show my ugly mug to show this, curriculum. And actually let me get this thing out the way, this pesky thing. There we go. Oh, I still got my name showing there too. Damn it. Can't show it all, I guess. But either way, that's our full, curriculum at least that we're showing, not just inside our live trading room, but also on the social media there. So let me just get this out the way right now. That's coming up at 3 o'clock Eastern time, 3:05. We're set to begin technically. So let me just peel this back down because not much has changed since here. I got out on a couple of my trades from just before. Made a little money on the SMCI, but this may look to go up higher as we're in class. We'll find out. And then Rocket Lab here is going back up without me, but this was just damn choppy for a while. My impatience got the best of me, I guess, there. Built higher lows still. So, I ended up getting out exactly break even on this trade, pretty much right exactly break even, like 53.74. But pushed up without me. It is what it is. It happens to the best of us. Now, ATCH, though, I had my line showing right here because I was calling this out to you. Also, I'm in on this trade, though. I jumped in on this right off of 88 cents. We're pretty much at a buck right now. The more it could knock on that door, not only should you expect to see it break above it, but see the flipping of that into support. So I like where we stand here for ATCH. It's up 156%. It might be like one of the top gainers still at this point going into the afternoon. But heading into the close, I'll put this on our main watch list here. We go, busting over $1 right now as we speak. Over the VWAP already here, so that's a good sign to begin with. Nothing really showing on the bid here just yet. That's all right. This just rips through these orders on the ask, then I'll take that too. Here you go, 30,000, 33,000, 34,000. Here we go. Do I have 36? Do I have 37? Sound like an auctioneer, right? But no, either way, this looks pretty good here going into the close, and something like this is exactly what we'll be discussing in our class later on this afternoon. So yeah, absolutely the ATCH will begin with that, and there we go. I think my scanner here is set to over $1. So it was just like below $1 there. It wasn't on the scan. Reran it. There it is. So technically number 2 as we speak in terms of percent change. Now we'll go from top to bottom here. We'll rebuild up our watch list for the afternoon. The check trade, check cap limited, whatever, done with it for right now. I mean, if you've been waiting on this all afternoon, I feel bad for you. I apologize in advance, I guess, but don't mean to sound rude. Listen, we got better trades that are moving nicer, better trends, better volatility. Don't get stuck wasting your time. HSDT, same deal. Now this thing, MTVA, not the TV channel. We're not talking TRL, folks. Not like Carson Daly there, but no, this ended up making a pretty good push up just before. Another cheap thing, like broke above $1 here beforehand. It might pull back all the way down towards those prices. It is kind of lingering off of these wicks for now. So that's a good sign here, at least. Doesn't need to drop down to $1. If it just holds this nicely, I'll take it. So I'll add this for right now. It's not really near the highs, but we're hopeful that it could try and make another move back up again. MTVA. IHT, just going back right here. This, trying a little bit here, trying a little bit there. Not enough. Not trying enough, though, I should say. Same with NAOV. This thing's cooked. This thing has been cooked, folks, since class. Remember this. We went over this in our live class, so I'm not going to go any further because if you were with me there, then needless to be said, show this here too for your own interpretation. But you know, it is what it is. It didn't fill the gap, came right back down. You knew what was going to happen. Arcel, not really too interested in that. Glue. This thing's trying to go back up here. Nice. Actually, a pretty good move here so far. Good for about like almost 50 cents from like 6.55, whatever, up to 7. It's one-handed here. Glue. I'm going to put that on our watch list there. We got CCCC, quadruple C. We also got quadruple U. I was going to run into this at some point anyway here on our gainers list, but just going back to the C's trade there, all about C. C4. It's holding pretty well. I like it for right now. Good order book, good spread, all of that tradable stuff that we want to see. Here we go. Looking long term. Ooh, this is kind of interesting. It's not a wick, but by the time this opened up here on this candle, just shot right on up. That's pretty compelling to me. I wonder if over time it could build off that as support, then slingshot back up. That may take days, weeks, months, whatever. It's kind of an interesting graph. I've never really focused on this thing at all. C4 therapy. It's on like a strong downtrend line, though. That's what you can tell. Or maybe it broke it. Yeah, it broke it actually a little while ago here, it looks like. Popping it back up here. All right, interesting. I mean, either way, not just a good day trade, but potentially a good swing trade there, too. Blaine, Blaine, I'll call it, BLNE. It is pushing back up here pretty nicely. Bad order book, though. Not a fan of the order book. We got better trades to focus on. LPTH, maybe, possibly one of those. It's at the highs. Actually, in hindsight, I guess pretty good move up just since the end of August. I haven't really focused on this as much. LPTH, light path. Wolf, we've been on top of today. The Wolf speed trade's been a great swing as well, just from the last few days, from the end of last week, mid to end of last week, but going back up right here. So I don't mind adding this just to our list. Might kind of put it towards the back end of our watch list for right now. It's a little slow. There might be trades that look better right now. The H trade, ATCH, the all about C trade, CCCC. All right, and then we're going to get into the nuclears. We're going to get into the uraniums. We're kind of alluding to one of those just before. Eric also kind of holding near the highs, building a bit of a Fausto flag there. You might be waiting a little while on this, though. Has some big icebergs for it to fill, not just one, but two. RR's looking a lot better. I like this one a lot. Nice breakout here. This also built a sloppier Fausto flag, broke it at first, then came back up higher. The hell is this thing? The hell is this thing? Smart digital SDM? Pass. GoPro's having a great last couple of days from the end of last week into this morning. EU. We're not talking about the European Union there. EU though. Oh, it's a gap fill. Filled this gap. Pretty much just did it right now, pushing up over it a little bit right now. I'll pass on it. I love gap fills. I am not a fan of just trading a stock immediately after a gap fill. I'll typically see a day or two of consolidation, shake around, whatever. Just again, easier stocks to try and trade at this point in the day. Easier trends to focus on, at least, if not easier stocks, but easier trends. So OKLO, nuclear, SMR, god damn it, nuclear. I say that because it was a pretty expensive traders talk workshop there I taught just a moment ago, guys. Damn it, I didn't get my entry that I wanted here right off of 36.40 it was, and I was prepared to buy this going into our meeting or after our class. Just didn't drop back in time early enough, and then as I was teaching, this was just shaking around. I'm not just going to focus on me as we're answering questions, going through. I have a whole inbox full of stuff to go through there for you there. So listen, I miss moves all the time. I tell you that I told you that earlier, in fact. So, there's going to be other trades. Not only are there going to be other stocks to trade, we're going to find another setup on SMR. This is actually building a bit of a flag itself here, a sloppy flag, but there could easily be more on this trade. Now, again, there's OKLO, the SMR. We're not going to focus on light bridge. We're not going to focus on like the thinner, low float things. There's no need to really. Look what happened to QMMM the other day. Right? Ooh, this thing got clobbered. You knew it was going to happen. So that's just where you want to focus on stocks that have better iceberg orders, better spread. But if not better spread, if they're more category 4 or 5, focus on stocks that just trade higher volume than others. So the OKLO, the SMR, just those two we'll put on our list. Now, otherwise, though, we have the uranium stocks, which are linked to nuclear. So you got All About You. That's the one I say. All About You. You got All About C and All About You. UEC. This one here, probably the most expensive, thinnest of them. This is kind of like the OKLO of the uranium stocks. CCJ. I'll add that there as well. Now we've built up a pretty big watch list at this point. There's not really a great need to add much more, folks. So if there's like anything looking like those, like the uraniums, the nuclears, if it has a good spread, we're not doing NNE, but just anything on a better spread, typically we're going to look to focus on. Let's see. ASTS down, pulling back now. QSI is too slow. Billy too flat. Shoes got to fit, folks. The shoes got to fit just right. BTU, I mean, it's making a little push right now across the afternoon, breaking over last week's high or even the high from the week before that already. So I could add it. Focus on just anything else looking as good. I'll come back to that trade if you want me to. That was the BTU stock. Ooh, Tesla dropping. Yeah, market's pulling back a little bit here. This is what I was kind of expecting, at least from earlier today, to get that slow burn back down. I did consolidate higher and then dragging down. So it's kind of slow, then really fast. But either way, going into the close, a lot of stocks just beginning to pull back with the market. So that is where I got out on SMCI. That is where I got out on Rocket Lab. It's because I thought the market would pull back a bit. So come back to this thing here, because I'm pretty happy I got out where I did in the grand scheme of life, right? So going into the close, this is where I would suggest we could see the SPY try and fill a weekly gap. It's not that big of a gap, but it's a gap nonetheless. From Friday close into Monday open. So what is that down towards? 657 and change. Not that far off, but listen, you might get a slightly red afternoon, if not red day into tomorrow. We'll find out. But let's see. Anything else looking good here? Maybe go and counter trend at this point. All right, we'll focus on anything dropping, maybe anything on the loser side of things. This thing is not going up anytime soon for as much as it dropped. Wow, Naka is down 51%. What the hell happened here? This is one of the Bitcoin treasury stocks, right? So this, holy shit, what happened here? Oh my God. All right. Right to Benzinga Pro here. What on earth happened to this Naka trade? What was it, an offering or senior convertible note thing? Find out here. So from Friday, was it maybe? I don't see anything like of note. There's nothing here. There is nothing here specific to the company. It wouldn't shock me if it was based on common stock offering or direct offering of shares. This is. All right, I'll pop this into Chat GPT later. Either way, we're not going to trade it. Just pretty jarring to see this down 51%. I didn't even realize it. So, yeah, this thing got clobbered, I guess, from Friday morning. But nonetheless, it was like one of those Bitcoin stocks you didn't really trust as a swing trade. It was just one of those like flavor of the day or week things as like a day trade. But I wasn't expecting bad news to come out. So that stinks either way for anyone like looking for a move on that stock. All right, well, back to the scanners we go, back to the drawing board that company goes. So WLDS, no surprise. This thing's coming back down. It was expected from the end of last week. Held long enough, but yeah, dragging down today. That's normal. ASST might maybe down with Naka. Maybe Naka brought down a lot of those treasury companies. HYPD down. This is the Octo, formerly Octo. Let's see. Anything else here? Oh, I got to jack this up. Jack up my filter here. See if there's anything looking just as good, if not better, as a short. Not really. I don't see any like great names. S bet down, not really as close to the lows as I'd want to see. Um, That's kind of it. I mean, I'll take a look around on some name brand things, folks. If you want me to look at like a Nvidia, this for as much as it should down then back up, this is actually a pretty strong move today. But it is making lower highs here. Nothing really more to it than that. Tesla has a lot more juice to it as far as trend, volatility, volume. So I wouldn't mind just kind of slipping Tesla to our main list here at this point, even. Trade it up, trade it down. Just don't trade it sideways. Waste your time. All right, I got a million screens up here, folks. Give me a quick second. What's going on, Leda? Great to always have you here simulcasting just on YouTube as well as just inside our live trading room. Leda here has been with us, I mean, longer than I've been employed with Fausto, right? I mean, probably what, like 12, 13 years you've been with him, Leda? I've been, with Fausto since 14. So, if you're Ken L here inside YouTube, asking, do you trade more stocks or options? If options, are you newbie friendly? Well, first and foremost, we trade primarily stocks here. We'll make the call out on the stock. Now, here's the thing, though, Ken. Are you yourself consistently profitable trading options? That's the question anyone needs to, answer looking themselves in the mirror. Because if you are consistently profitable, like week to week, if not day to day, then our strategy applies towards options. If you're not consistently profitable trading options right now, we'd encourage you to learn how to trade the stock first and then jump back to options like shortly after. But there's probably a couple of things that you would need to fine tune with your options trading in order to better understand why you're losing money first. But I just say that as an out loud comment to anyone tuning in right now, whether it's Ken L here, I appreciate you, or anyone from the U.S., anywhere around the world. But you got to learn how to trade the stock first before the option. Now, a lot of the stocks we trade are optionable. So, I was just talking about SMCI before. Hey, there's a pretty fat gap on the daily chart for this to try and fill. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm going to look to try and trade both the stock and look to jump into option calls. So that's me myself. But again, it's a touchy thing to kind of say because you don't want to lose money, right? I mean, first and foremost, you want to make money, right? But if you're taking stabs at this and you're losing more than you're winning, then we got to at least patch that up first. So that's just where I would encourage anyone to learn how to trade the stock before they go into options. Especially if some of these trades like are volatile enough, the IV on the contracts you're trading, whatever they may be, could be pretty damn high. I know that from my own experience. So, I can tell you all about myself. Join our live trading room at least. But, this goes for anyone, though. It doesn't matter if you're a newbie or not. We cater to anyone. So the biggest thing I say, if you're inside our live trading room or you're on YouTube, you got to be egoless, right? Because if you're actually a good trader, then you know that A, you're going to be wrong at times. No one's Mr. or Mrs. Perfect. Doesn't matter. And then otherwise, B, you're going to miss moves at times. There's going to be stocks that pop without you. So talking about my SMR, what did I do here at this time? I had to bite my tongue and just say, oh, shit, sorry. There's going to be other trades out there, right? That's what real people do. That's what real traders that actually make money do. So that's just where I say, hey, our trading room is for anyone because we are egoless. But that's where I say, even if you have years or decades of experience and you're joining us learning more about level 3, level 4, that's where we just say, hey, we would still want you to be a student, right? If you have that much experience, hey, then you should know, hey, let's just be a student first, and then we'll look to apply things elsewhere. So, we certainly hope for you to join us over time, Ken, or any of us here just on YouTube, social media. All right. All right, folks. So, hey, you know what? There we go. There's our watch list. I'm posting it exclusively inside our live trading room right here. If you're on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, etc., first and foremost, hey, if you're not subscribed just yet or following along to our social media streams or platforms, make sure to hit the follow or subscribe button down below at Cyber Trading U on the YouTubes and on X on Twitter. But otherwise, we have a live workshop coming up this Thursday. So if you wanted to join us, scan that QR code right there with your phone, with your camera. That's just kind of the next step if you're just brand new to our stream. If you wanted to just kind of skip the queue, skip the line there, and just join us directly inside our room, go right down to the link scrolling on the bottom there down below. And then we look forward to having you. All right. So, folks, hey, Lynn and Randy, Roberto, Anna, Margaret, Leda, got Chuck right there. Oh, Leda, nice job on the ATCH. You just got about like 8 cents a share on that. What is that? About like 10%? Nice little move there, right? We'll see if there's enough push left for this to break back over $1. Listen, if you're joining us in class coming up, if you're a student of ours coming into class this afternoon, only thing I ask is, listen, if you're in any day trades right now, should be closing them out by 3 o'clock. And, I look forward to seeing you in class. But, I'm going to take this trade right into 3 o'clock, 3:05, the latest. I'll hit the close button. Get class going. All right, folks. But, hey, best of luck trading if you're not joining us. And then we'll be back here on social media tomorrow morning, bright and early, right at 9 o'clock. Catch you then.